Like a couple bucks extra for the 2X, but they don't charge it extra. It's nice. On the right is the Alaskan Fudge Company. They do milkshakes and popcorn. I haven't tried the popcorn, but I have had 17 Huckleberry milkshakes, which, if you guys are keeping count, is more than one a week. This is the Alaska Fur Gallery on the right, and if you look, you can see that they sell a fur Speedo called the Duke. It is without a doubt the best $40 you can spend while you're out here. Oh goody, we got our first pedestrian that's walking somewhere he shouldn't be. It's been open for over 110 years. They had a couple interesting practices in the 20s and 30s. They lined their floors with sawdust so that when people would pay in gold dust, you know, occasionally stuff would slip through their fingers or fall out of their pocket, and the sound would be muffled by the sawdust. Then at the end of the week, they would sweep up all the sawdust, soak it in a bucket of water. Whatever fell to the bottom, they would collect as tips. The other thing they did that I find interesting is that on the left, this is the bridge to Douglas Island, well, the beginning of it. And you haven't seen the whole thing, but I'll tell you, it was designed by the same guy that... If you guys look to your right real fast, you'll see a little robotic lawnmower, and it's gone. It's not because you guys are here, it was heavy before. We're at my favorite part of the tour. On the right, behind this tree line, this is the garbage dump.
There's condos, right? There's condos.
No?
Okay. No, we're good.
You know, funny thing, there are...
You, lui, le gars.
You're getting the full rainforest experience today. On average, we get about 7 feet.
Occupying 8 feet other tree that was in this area. So we can't have a half-eaten tree in a landscape zone. The owner has chosen plants that love this weather. Landslide path. A 30-foot mudslide destroyed this whole area on our right. It's all man-made. There is some scarring up on those trees where the landslide came through here and destroyed it all. So the owners, there's our island flower tower splash coming up on the right. There's a photo opportunity on the right. And then up on our left, this is for our people on the left. It's beautiful. And 4 seasons, it rains every 3 to 5 days here in the summer. In the winter, it rains every 3 days. We get a foot of snow on the ground, the rain comes and washes it away. We can almost call this the slush capital of the world. Some beautiful upside down trees here. There's a photo opportunity. On our left, this one has lots of landscaping. It's all Mother Nature's landscaping. The owners took all the plants off the road all the way up, all the way down. Now they're going around the trees all the way up, all the way down. All the way up to this rock. Does it look like waves have splashed against this rock right here? It's called an ocean bluff. But wait a second, some of these ocean bluffs are actually rising. The land is rising. The huge rock sits on a sponge. You take the rock off, the sponge rises. That's exactly what the land is doing. The heavy glacier sat on this land. On our left-hand side, this tree sat on a rock and outgrew the rock, and the rock rolled away. They're hard to see, but they're called bane berries. That'll be the bane of your existence if you eat those berries. What does red? Because Juneau is surrounded by mountains, it funnels the wind right through there. Actually, because Juneau is surrounded by steep mountains is the key. It ping-pongs the wind back and forth, back and forth. That's where we're getting that tremendous wind speed at during the wind. Nice like corduroy pants supporting the area. Someone called it a platform the other day and I really like that. Fossils, I could tell you more, but that's a different tour. Beautiful view on our right is Cascade Corner. It's a natural drainage of water. We're sitting on a man-made bridge. There's a stream flowing underneath us. We want to keep these streams moving. We don't want to back them up. What happens if we back up these streams, folks, and put it into one creek? It broke free and did thousands of dollars of damage to downtown Juneau. We cannot turn a blind eye to the evidence anymore. We cannot bottleneck these creeks. There's too much power behind them. Construction for a year on the way down. You can't run to the hardware store every 45 minutes. This area on our right is dedicated to the owner's late wife. This is Cindy's garden on our right. I was up here on Monday. I trimmed all the flowers up. When we come around this corner, there's going to be more amazing flowers. Take some photos of this area. It's very encouraging to me, folks. So take some photos of this area on the right. As the glacier ice receded and melted away, dragged along these rocks on the right, leave these small holes. We put soil, we put plants, we created a glacier's garden. A garden where the glacier once roamed. There's our airport. When you live in a town where there's no road in or out, your airport becomes very, very important. This is Wild Bill. I lived here in Juneau until I was about 4 years old and moved to Buffalo, New York. That's where I get my shirt. So my OCD is I like to figure out words and where they came from. So that's why I do that. Why are they named that? There's got to be a reason. There are no other choices. I know, I'm making it pretty easy. Rectangle, bacon strip, western hemlock. Circular potato chip, the Sitka spruce. Sitka spruce is your Alaska state tree. The forget-me-not is your Alaska state flower. I love the wind and then it kind of like stops. So
everybody just stays inside?
Yeah, okay, so that's part of my tour. We just kind of skipped over it. Here we go. It sounds like you want to talk about it. So, pink fuchsias, this red flowering maple, this green grassy Dracaena, not to be confused with Cinderella's sister, Drusilla. It's about an active black bear. Please be very bear aware, and that's not a joke. Medium amount of coyotes.